All right, I want to apologize. I wasn't watching the time on the last video and kind of ran over the 15-minute limit. So we're going to start over with vertical line test. Now you probably already have this down on your note-taking guide, being the stellar students that you are. But if we drop a vertical line on a graph, passes through at least 2 points on that graph, the relation is not a function. And all that means is take your ruler and a pencil and drop a vertical line like we have right here and see if it crosses our graph more than once. If each vertical line only crosses the graph one time, it is a function. On our second example, we're going to notice that the vertical lines that I've placed here cross this graph in two locations, in actually two spots. So that graph is not the graph of a function. Let's look at a couple examples. I'll do a couple and I'll let you do a couple and we'll finish completing out the note-taking guide below. Graph 1, the vertical line test says just drop a vertical line anywhere through the graph, and if it crosses in more than one location, it is not a function. So looking at this circle, what do you think? Is that circle a function? Does it represent a function? This one is not a function. Why is that? Why can I drop a vertical line and determine if it's a function? Well, if you look at our coordinate plane for our x here, it's saying it has a point here and a point here that correspond to that same x. So the x is going to more than one location. On graph 2, let's do the same thing. I'm going to drop a vertical line, and we're going to pretend I have a ruler here, and my line is absolutely straight. But this crosses in two locations as well. So graph 2 is not a function. Why don't you go ahead, pause the video at this point, check out graphs 3 and 4, you do a vertical line test and determine if they represent a function or just simply a relation. Let's see how you did. On graph 3, I'm going to drop a couple vertical lines to check my graph. Well, that appears that each vertical line is only going through 1 point each. So I'm going to say this is a function. Let's look at graph 4. Well, I've got one here and one here for that x. I don't have to go any further. This one would not meet the criteria, so it's not a function. Completing our statements down below, graph 1, if we remember, that was a circle. It crossed in two places. Graph 1 is not a function because my vertical line passed through, whoops, I forgot my H, 2 points. Graph 2, that was a square, and that is not a function for the same reason. That vertical line passed through 2 points. Looking at graph 3 is a function because my vertical line passes through or passed through only 1 point on that graph. And my last, graph 4, this is not a function because my vertical line passed through 2 points. And I'm just using the little quotation marks there to say that that is repeating on the next line. You can write it out or just use little marks like I did to say it's the same as the line right above it. So I hope you did well on that. If you have any questions on what makes a function, either by using the mapping diagram or vertical line test, we'll go over a few more questions and examples in class tomorrow. At this point, I'm sorry this video is so short and the other one's so long. We are finished with this segment today, and please complete the online self-check, print off the results, and bring them with you to class tomorrow or the next time we meet. See you then. Bye-bye.